Hi, it's me. I'm in my bed. Welcome to my bedroom. I just tried to film an intro where I zoomed in on my humidifier because I thought I was being all aesthetic. I also think this is aesthetic, but the candle's driving me crazy. We'll see how long that lasts. But I tried to do this whole cute intro because earlier today I made a quiche and I realized that I can actually pause my videos and then pick up again later. So I thought I was being cute. And then I actually had to get into bed and set up the tripod and everything, and then ended up getting completely out of the video. So earlier today, I talked about two things. I could pause the video, which I tried and was successful. I was very successful. First video. Second video, I tried not successful. And the other thing I did talk about earlier was that YouTube has editing software. So if you see a cute humidifier intro, it means I was able to produce a video in YouTube. If not, hey, it's just me and it's okay. I did save, I actually do have a candle because I was like, let me be all cute and aesthetic. And I forgot I've never actually like lit this candle. And so the wick, oh, I can't even see it. Don't I look like one of those crazy people? Like, ooh. The wick's gigantic, and so it's just doing all kinds of shit over here. I thought I was doing something cute, so there's that. The humidifier, and if you listen to my video earlier, I'm just so dry. Like my throat's dry. I can tell it's winter time. I'm starting to feel a little raspy. I keep wondering, am I getting sick? Is it allergies? And it's like, who gets allergies at Christmas time? I get allergies all the time. The older I get, it's like I just always have a stuffy nose, and I'm just over it. I tried different allergy medicines. I've tried local honey. I've tried all the things. I can't. Like, whatever. Apparently, I'm just a sniffly person, so you're going to have to deal with it. But eventually, I will get better. Now, what I use in my humidifier, I did touch on this on my get ready or get unready with me video, is lavender. And I put it in my humidifier, but it's kind of far away. So sometimes what I will do is I will just put a little droppy on my pillow. Oh, that was the silk one, so let's not do that because I do have these nice silk pillowcases behind me. So my sister got these for me because I found out that when you have a lot of breakage in your hair, what you sleep on at night is a big deal. And so some of these really cheap sheets, they can like mess up your face, they can create dryness, they can create breakage in your hair. And so I found silk sheets, and that's actually just where I put that essential oil. And I don't know that you're supposed to put essential oil on real silk. It's okay. I got all kinds of stains on that thing. There's some mascara on the other side. Nobody cares. My boyfriend won't sleep on them. He's like, I don't like them. I'm like, those were so expensive. There's like $100 for these pillowcases, so I love them. And I smell the lavender. Sometimes I'll put it like on my shirt. I try not to put it on my skin just because, like I said, I've had so many breakouts and everything. But ooh, I smell it and it just instantly relaxes me. Like, get some lavender. I know people who don't like it and then they smell it in a humidifier. Like, I didn't like lavender for a while. I understood because when I smelled it, sometimes I would like it, but then when I actually smelled real lavender, I was like, oh, I don't like that. And I think it's just too intense. I think you need to have the humidifier. You can't have it as strong. Now, after a few years of like loving lavender, especially during the summer, now I'm like, ooh, I can smell it. I do love it. My lights are also doing some weird shit, so I don't know what's going on with the mood here tonight, but apparently God's in charge, so we're gonna let him run with it. Now, I am making coquito. I did speak about that in another video, for Christmas presents for my family, for my boyfriend's family, and we have to use some B151, which is Bacardi 151, which you used to be able, I swear I could have gotten it. We went to the ABC store, don't sell it anymore outside of Puerto Rico. And I'm like, well, is it just my liquor store? I don't know. I feel like is 151, maybe it's Everclear I'm thinking of, and like Bacardi 151. I don't know what you guys think about this candle. Well, I don't think anybody's watching this, so let me know if you are. Oh, if you're like, don't do the candle again. I'm a designer. I like ambiance. So anyways, rum for the coquito, and there was some leftovers, so. This is not all rum. I don't think this is all rum. It's like a little bit of rum and then water. One thing I have learned as I've gotten older, don't do the mixers. Not only are they like so high in calorie, they just make me feel sick. And especially something with like a milk base. Like coquito is Puerto Rican eggnog pretty much. I swear this cough is going to get better. I promise you. I know it's so annoying. But I'm just drinking the leftover rum. let's just go there. A little nightcap. Now, it's not quite the time I would go to sleep, but I have to say, like, lately, I get to, like, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and I go, time for bed. And then I literally have to talk myself into staying up later, because when I go to bed early, I wake up so early. Like, sometimes I wake up at, like, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. No damn reason other than I went to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock. And then I just feel like, what are you doing? Like, you're in your early 40s. It's not time to go to bed at 8 o'clock yet. So I just think, oh, excuse me, I have Puerto Rican rum there. Excuse me. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about my bedtime routine, about beds, about sleep, about all that. I may blow that candle out. I feel like when you're looking at it, it gives you the most beautiful ambiance. But from the side, it's only like, I don't know. I feel like the more I talk about it, the worse it gets. I did wash my hair today. I washed out the coconut oil. I used to wear my hair like this, like in a messy bun all the time, but it was a little longer, so it was a little easier to get it into the messy bun. I've also realized that this creates a lot of my damage. So a lot of people think, oh, you have bangs. Or no, I don't. That's damage. That is where I have worn my hair in a ponytail so long that it all breaks. And you'll notice it's all about the length of the ponytail is what comes out. So I'm not trying to be cute with all my little things. Some people, what do they call them? Baby hairs. And I saw a meme and it was like, it's not baby hair, Brenda, it's breakage. And I was like, ooh, I'm Brenda. Yes, definitely breakage. So I didn't really put anything in my hair today because I've been hitting it heavy with the oils and all kinds of stuff. And so when I was feeling it, putting it up, I was like, ooh, it feels so light. It's because it's just not soaked in oil. So at some point I'm going to have to go into my job and see people, and I'm like, I can't just have oily hair all the time. So I also did put some Aquaphor on my face. You'll notice it's a little oily. I am going to do a little face mask surprise, but I thought I'd wait till the end when I don't talk so much. My last video was an hour long, you guys. I really don't want them to be an hour. I mean, if that's what you want, I can definitely talk for hours and hours. I'm not a talker, but I can talk to myself for hours. That sounds conceited, but I promise it's not like that. I also am working with a tripod, so angles are hard, but we are working through it. We are getting through it. So I want to jump into a whole bunch of stuff. I did promise some things, and I did want a couple follow-ups just from the last video. So one of the things I did want to bring up, I am a little parched, so sorry, I should have brought some water. I hope this isn't, oh, I do have some water. Okay. I guess it's too far to reach. Now I just have to find it because I grabbed it. Okay, you guys are definitely on my bed, and I grabbed this thing. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's totally possible this camera falls on my face. You're not very sturdy. You're literally just sitting over me in my bed because this is the only tripod I have right now. So this is what we're working with. So I want to talk to you guys about crystals. Oh, the other one. It's in here. Is it in here? Oh, it's right there. So I had touched on rose quartz the other day about how it just has nice healing properties. It's for, this is not the other piece of my roller. That is in my other bed at it's my boyfriend's bed. So I have one there. I have one here. And he's like, I said it was going to put it there. I don't think he listened to me. I think he'd be surprised if he found a pink rock, around his bed. He probably wouldn't know what it was about. But that's okay. I didn't really push it. So yeah, just wanted to put it there for me. So rose quartz, actual real rose quartz does have healing properties. You know, I say these things, find a medical study. Sometimes I do believe in placebo. Just making yourself feel like you're doing something can be just as strong as actually like taking something or finding something that forces you to do it. So rose quartz is something that I've been working with a lot lately. Crystals are so pricey too, you guys. And I feel like you have to really find good, reputable people because anybody can just sell you some shit. Oh, I also have some copyright YouTube music in the background, and I wasn't aware that it had commercials. So we're just going to turn that off. Okay. Oh, man, I lost my lighting. We're going to turn it back on. This is what happens when you're new to YouTube, people. Okay, you do everything you can. You set the mood, and then you mess up your thing. You only bring booze to bed. You play copyright music with ads. You know, we're trying to figure this out as we go. I swear I'm trying. I am trying. All right, let's see how long to the next ad. I thought I had this all worked out, but isn't that life, right? Okay, so rose quartz. So, I've been hearing a lot lately about otter spirit. I want to talk about spirituality. I've been getting into some spiritual videos. Tonight's not the night. But like triple A grade crystals and things. So just like everything else, do your research. Don't just buy any cheap thing and think it's going to actually help you. Also, you have to charge your crystals. I forgot about that. Somebody reminded me the other day and I was like, I didn't know. And then later I was like, I did know. I just forgot because it all just came to me. Does that ever happen to you? I will be so sure that I don't know something, and then like 20 minutes later I'll have a full memory of a conversation, and then I'm like, oh, but I genuinely didn't remember when I said that. So I wasn't lying. I just, my mind was lying to me. So rose quartz is really good to help you heal the way you look at yourself, the way you feel about yourself. Is very entwined with beauty. And that's why I say right now my color's pink, pinks and reds, because I want to feel beautiful. I am beautiful. And I also want to feel beautiful. And so rose quartz has been my thing. So I got it like everywhere I sleep. And one of the things I heard is that you should put it in your pillowcase or sleep with it under your pillow. Now, if you're an active sleeper like I am, it's got to get in the pillow. And these silk pillowcases actually have a zipper. So it's been great. And then last night I was sleeping and something kept poking me in the face, and I was like, what is it? And then I remembered it was my rose quartz. And I was like, I did a meditation recently where I took the rose quartz and put it on, what is this called? Your third eye. And I meditated with it. And I swear I felt so much better the next day. Like I actually woke up, I was like, I am a beautiful goddess. I mean, come on. If it helps you, it makes you feel better. This one I'm newer to. There was another one I was going to grab that my aunt actually got for me, that kind of started my spiritual awakening journey. And it is a stone having to do with clarity, which I thought was incredibly symbiotic. And I want to talk about it some more, but I didn't grab it, so I don't have it. And I'm not getting out of bed to go get it. But this is one that's my newest one. This is labradorite. Labradorite. I don't know. I ordered this, and the more I look at it, the more beautiful it is. Like it looks like just a black stone, and definitely the lighting's not going to do. Oh, I guess you can. Let me get my fingernails out of the way. It almost feels like there's like star galaxies inside. Like look at that. See in the right. So it's like kind of elusive. So you look at it, you don't think much of it, but then when you really get in close, it's almost like, oh my God, are there like whole cities in here? I don't know. I found myself in a trance looking at it the other day. It also has to do with clarity, memories. I feel like I don't remember a lot of my childhood, so I've been like trying to I don't know if I repressed memories. I don't know what's going on, but they're just like, I don't remember things. So I've been trying to work with some crystals and stones to try to bring back clarity and memories. And so one of those is this. Now this also has to do with, and I don't know chakra, guys, and I don't want to sit here and pretend like I know all these things because I don't. I am new to spirituality. I am learning, and I want to learn with you, and we learn together. Okay, so please don't take anything I say as like that you need to go out and buy. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you do you, Bill. You do what you want to do. But crystals have actually, I have been like kind of feeling energetically crystals in my life. And so I don't know if that's just in my head or if it's reality. I don't care. I'm going with it because it seems to be working. So this one also has to do with your, your chakra. What is that chakra? Oh, I thought I knew. I don't know any. I know the root chakra is the booty chakra. That's the one that roots you to the earth. And then you have your sacral chakra, which is like your womb. So it could be actual birthing people. It could be birthing new ideas, anything to do with creativity, sexuality. All of that is your sacral chakra, right? Because then there's see, this is why I shouldn't talk about chakras. Like even the candles, like you don't know what you're talking about. Stop it. Okay, so there's all kinds of chakras I'm still learning about. The one up here, solar plexus. That is the one up here. Like 90% sure. And this is your mind. This is what speaks out. This is, how you collect information, whatever. And this is supposed to work really well with your solar plexus to clean out the crap, to clean out the mud, to help you remember if you have repressed or suppressed memories or emotions or feelings. This is supposed to be really good for that. I just kind of keep it around me. I do like these, and I have used these before Anxiety, they help. Boredom, they help. Fidgets, people get fidget spinners. Sometimes I find myself, I just want to like rub something. I don't know if it's an old smoking habit or whatever, but I constantly want to do something with my hands and my fingers. So I have found sometimes that just you get these rubbing stones. I got some for my mom one year for Christmas because she likes to talk on the phone at work a lot and stuff. And so it's just something like to rub and do. So I find myself rubbing this one a lot. And I find myself gravitating to it when I like thinking, like I have a question, like, should I do YouTube? I literally like sat there one night, like, should I do YouTube? And here I am, and hopefully I'm blessed and it works. So, okay. I don't want to spend too much time on crystals because I know that's not why you're here. You're here to figure out my bedtime routine. So I did want to talk to you guys about sleep because sleep has been something that has been so hard for me. I don't remember ever in my life being a good sleeper. I have always woken up. I've woken up multiple times. I remember when I was a kid, I used to sleepwalk. And so I would walk around the house. My dad said one time he had to go outside because he woke up and I was gone and the front door was open. I had completely taken off my nightgown, so I was in my underwear, and I'm like 11, right? Like a little girl standing outside in a big city. We lived in a bigger city at that point. And he caught me outside trying to fold my pillow in half. Like I was just standing outside the door, only my underwear on, trying to fold a pillow. And so he freaked the fuck out because he's like, my 11-year-old's naked outside in the middle of the night, and I had no idea. So at that point, he put lock on our door so that me and my sister shared a bedroom. So that I couldn't just wander off in the middle of the night. So, but the problem was that my sister had a bedwetting problem. And so he would have to come let her out in the middle of the night so that she could go to the bathroom, but then check to make sure I was still there before he could go back to sleep. And then one night he forgot to come let her out and she was sleeping in my bed and she peed in my bed while I was in there and I woke up covered in her pee. Long story short, I've had problems sleeping since I was a child. Now I don't sleepwalk anymore. That's not that I know of. Ever have I been told that I sleepwalk. I've never caught myself in another room. So I don't know what that was about. It was something that I did when I was younger. Don't do it anymore. I just notoriously have problems sleeping now. A lot of times I thought that was anxiety because what would happen is I would get into bed, turn off everything, and then I would lay there and go, okay, time to go to sleep. And then my mind would go, time to have a party. Let's think about everything you're ever ashamed of. Let's think about that one thing somebody said to you in the second grade that made you feel like shit. And let's really overthink that for the next hour. So I would spend hours laying in bed just trying to fall asleep. And at some point it got to the point where I just couldn't, I had to go see somebody about it. And part of that was that I was overweight and like more overweight than I am now. And they did a sleep study and I like barely qualified for a CPAP. Like they were like, we're going to give it to you because you qualified enough tonight to get it. But that you're really on the low end. And then I lost like 60 pounds and they were like, you're not even registering anything. So I did use it for a while. I did sleep better with it, but it was just so fucking annoying. And I'm a tosser and a turner. I toss all night long. I turn like, it's really annoying even for myself sometimes. So CPAP just didn't work out. I didn't really need it. However, I did develop a fear of ever sleeping on my back again. Ever. I am so scared and paranoid to fall asleep anywhere on my back because I think I'll choke and die on my own tongue. And I'm just like, wow. So I don't think I have sleep apnea, but now I have the fear of having sleep apnea. So I am definitely a belly sleeper, always have been. And the way I sleep is like belly, arms up, one leg all the way up and like bent. And I don't even know how to explain it to you. It's like my legs have to be as far apart as possible. And there's always one that's straight down and then one that's like my leg is up and then my knee is bent. I don't even know how to explain. And then I just rotate. And then I rotate. And then at some point I go like this and I lay on my back and then I wake up like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And then I turn around. It's just chaotic. It's chaotic. It's traumatic. There's nothing relaxing about my bedtime routine. So after a lot of years of not sleeping, I have finally realized that the routine really is the answer to the sleep problems. There are so many things that you can do if you have sleep problems, and routine is by far number one. Your body has a circadian rhythm, meaning that it has a natural flow. Just like the sun comes up, you have the whole day, and then the sun goes down. So when you wake up in the morning, you get that bright white blue light. That's your energy light. That's your go light. That's like, time to go work, time to go hunt, time to survive, do what you need to do. But then at sunset, you get that nice golden lower light, the candle light, the yellow orange light is what signifies or sends a signal to your brain that's time to go to bed. And that's what a circadian rhythm is. It's your body's natural flow, natural rhythm for when you wake up and you go to bed. So I naturally go to bed around 11, 12 o'clock at night. I naturally need about 7 to 8 hours. I naturally wake up around 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, if I stay up late or I'm stressed or all that, whatever, but I'm just talking about stress free, me just living my life, doing my thing, like midnight to 8, great. Never happens. Just with work schedules and whatever, but I do know that's my natural circadian rhythm, right? So you have to work to your stuff. If you're a morning person, don't try to force yourself to stay up super late. If you're a late night person, don't try to force yourself to get up early. Maybe you need to adjust your job, your profession, your friends, your life, whatever, to work around your natural circadian rhythm. So I know that I tend to stay up later, although as I get older, I've been going to bed so much earlier. Like I said, like 7, 8 o'clock, 9. I'm like, how many more hours until I can go to bed? But I have to force myself to stay up. So routine, 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 routine. And I would say the most important part of the routine is getting up in the morning. And I know that sounds weird because you're like, it's a go to bed routine. It's also a get up in the morning routine. So if you are used to getting up at 8 a.m. every day, and then one day you sleep in till 3 o'clock, and then the next day you sleep in until 11, like how hard is it to get up at 8 o'clock the next day? And if you sleep in till 3, what's the chances you're going to be tired at 11 o'clock? Probably not, right? You're probably going to stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So by waking up at the same time every day, you should end up falling asleep at the same time every day. So that's number one, is try to wake up at the same time. Even on the weekends, I try not to sleep in too much. Now, I don't set an alarm on the weekends. So I'm like, whatever, my body will get up. But I naturally wake up within a half hour to an hour of my regular time. Sometimes I wake up earlier and I'm like, what the fuck? It's the weekend. I'm trying to sleep in. Body, what's happening? So try to get up at the same day every time. Now, if you have a big night out and you want to sleep in, it's a one off, that's fine. That next morning, you set that alarm and you get up. Now, if it's like a Sunday, maybe you don't need to get up at 7. Maybe you set it for 8:39, but you just don't want to sleep in until 12 because then that's just going to fuck up Monday for you, right? So you can have a little delay, you can sleep in, that's fine, but then the next morning you need to be back on track. And if that means you sacrifice an hour to get back on track, then you sacrifice that hour to get back on track, right? So if I choose to stay up till 2 a.m. in the morning on a weeknight, I know I'm just going to lose 2 hours of sleep. I'm not going to get to sleep in 2 more hours. So don't do that to yourself on the weekend. And then obviously going to bed at the same time every night, huge, 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 huge. I try to be in bed at the same time every night. I'm not that good at it. And then when you get into bed, you need a routine. So one thing I've talked about is obviously brushing my teeth. Like going to bed, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, floss when I would try to floss every night, but some nights I just get lazy. So I turn off my TV, I shut down my living room and everything. I go to my bedroom. I always put my stuff down, and then I go to the bathroom and I use the restroom for the last time at night, and then I brush my teeth. And that brushing my teeth is kind of the start of my, okay, I know I start even to kind of like when I brush my teeth, I'm starting to almost feel like I'm ready to go to sleep. And then I come into my bedroom, I set my lavender humidifier, I get into the bed. Now, sometimes I'll sit here and watch YouTube videos. I'm not going to pretend like everything's fine and I just come in here and I just, oh, I'm a princess, and like drift off into Never Neverland. No. Sometimes I'll sit here and watch YouTube videos or Instagram. Like, I try not to get on Instagram, but whenever I do, it's 3 hours. We talk about a fucking rabbit hole. But a lot of times I'll come in, I'll watch YouTube videos, and then at some point I pass out and I go to bed, which is not what you're supposed to do. So that like blue light from your devices is so bad for your sleep. You're actually not even supposed to be on your phone for at least 2 hours. 2 hours before you go to bed. And I'm on my phone falling asleep. Like, oh, I guess it's bed. You know, like, it's just not good for you. I've not mastered the not bedtime stuff. Not getting on my phone while I'm trying to go to bed. I really think I need to turn to like reading, meditation, I don't know, laying in bed and singing songs. I don't know, anything but be on my phone. And then I'm just on my phone the whole time. So I'm trying to get there with my coughing, guys. I promise the rum helps. So it's so important to have a routine. Now, what that routine is, that's up to you. Ideally, I would wake up at the same time every night or every day. I would go to bed at the same time every night. 2 hours before bed, I would turn off my devices. I would just try to do that and then read, journal, meditate, whatever. I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress, guys. Oh shoot, there was something I was just talking about. I was just thinking about. Okay, I'm sure it'll come back to me. I'm sure I don't want another 2-hour video. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk to you about with going to bed is your surroundings, what you're sleeping in. Okay, so obviously the blue light, so TVs are bad. So try not to. Oh, that was a thing I wanted to tell you too. Sorry. So don't use your TVs. It's also a device. Is the eating before bed. Oh, okay. So if you're like me and you struggle with digestion, heartburn, anything like that, don't eat before you go to bed for at least a couple hours before you go to bed. I'm a little earlier. I wouldn't even be drinking before I go to bed because, see, heartburn and digestion. And as soon as I lay down flat, it's just everything catches fire. Like I have woken up gasping for air in the middle of the night from such bad heartburn. So, and then not only that, but they talk about fasting and anything that has to do with your digestion. You really shouldn't be eating that late at night. So I try to cut it off around 8. I try to be to bed, somewhere within a couple of hours after that, or sometimes I stay up later. I really am really working on the schedule thing. So turn off the devices. Don't eat late at night. Don't drink late at night. If you're going to eat later, don't eat something super high in sugar. Like I've been trying to vocalize this to some people in my life who eat sugar and then go to bed and wonder why they wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because your sugar is crashing. That's why. Don't drink juice before you go to bed. Don't eat dessert before you go to bed. You got to give your body some time to, like, if you eat sugar, you're going to have sugar crash, okay? So don't eat, don't drink, turn off the TV, try to go to bed at the same time every day, and then just every night, and then just get into a routine, whether that's you wash your face every night, or you brush your teeth every night, or whatever it is that you want to do every night for your own health, do that. Okay. I don't want to lecture you guys for too much about that, but that is the routine, okay? So routine. I also was talking to you guys about CBD, THC, things like that. I could not find my other one, but I will say CBD and THC have helped me incredibly with my nighttime sleeping problems. Now, if you do too much, you will wake up, okay? So don't go crazy. Now, this is one my uncle actually started getting into. His daughter told him about it. This is the 5 CBD, THC gummies and knockout. So it has, these are blackberry, 50 milligrams CBD, 5 milligrams THC. So THC is the psychotropic active ingredient for pot. It's what makes you high. CBD, from my understanding, is basically they take the plant, water it down, crush it, and then take out the juices. That is what CBD does. It doesn't get you high. It just makes you feel relaxed. You'll still fail a drug test, even though you didn't get high, because you are still ingesting the pot plant. So be careful with your CBDs, even though you don't get high, because you have to burn, you have to apply heat to get the high, right? So you take the plants. There's the weed plant. It's a weed. And then when you set it on fire, it activates the psychotropic, I hope I'm saying that, tropic properties that get you high. That's the psychedelic. That's the, ooh, I feel good, I feel high, whatever, The CBD is actual plant. It is plant matter. It is water squeezed, extracted, oil, whatever, from the plant. There's no heat applied. So there's no getting high. You just get the calming effects of the plant. So there's two very different things there. Now, CBD is legal everywhere. THC is not. So you want to be careful about what you do there. Something like a 5 milligram THC, that's not a whole lot. I'll be honest with you. Nobody's really getting high. Now, if you don't, and you take one of these, you're just going to feel really relaxed. You may feel a little buzz. But if you're used to getting buzzed, this shit's not going to get you buzzed. Okay. Like I took one earlier today because this is the knockout. This is the nighttime one, which means that they just have melatonin in it and they switch up their formula, right? There's a daytime one, and I don't take the daytime one at all because it doesn't really do anything for me. And that's because there's just not a whole lot of THC in it. And I don't really, what's the point? I have other natural means to calm myself down, but at nighttime I do struggle. So I don't mind taking these at nighttime. And I usually will take like a half of one. And a lot of times it's just about turning my mind off because I get into bed, I can't turn my mind off. So sometimes stuff like this just helps me kind of fall in la la land. The other thing you can do is just try really hard not to think about shit. Like I'll get into bed and I'll think about some fight I had and I go, no, because it's going to be an hour of my energy and my time and my sleep reliving every single second of that fight or argument, or this person said this, or I didn't, whatever. It is not worth your sleep. It is not worth your energy. Sleep is directly tied to your health and how you feel. It is so important. You can die from a lack of sleep. Do not fucking give away your energy, okay? You go to bed, you think about flowers, you think about anything but what's going to keep you awake. Now, I do find a cheat code for me sometimes is that I play old sitcoms. Like right now, I've been on a Seinfeld kick. It used to be Friends for a while. But just something I could put on, set a sleep timer, and it was enough that I was distracted from my thoughts, so like very low volume, but I could still hear it and pay attention. So I already knew what was going to happen because I've seen Friends, love Friends, love Friends. Seen the entire season 100 times now. So I could watch any episode. I'm like, I know exactly how that ends, but it still keeps me involved enough that I'm not thinking about, I got to do this, or this person said this, or this person looked at me weird at a stoplight today. I wonder what that means. It's just enough to keep my mind occupied. So I do find that helps, but that is electronics, blue light right before you fall asleep. So take it for what you will. The other thing I just want to touch on real fast was the Soma PJs I talked to you guys about. I have like the worst dry mouth right now. Hold on. It's probably that 5 milligrams of THC in that gummy I took earlier. It does have 15 milligrams of C. Wow, that is strong. That Puerto Rican rum is good. We didn't find the 151, but he found something else. I've got it mixed with some black cherry seltzer water because I was drinking that coquito. I had some of that coquito earlier to try it. It's just so sweet. I can't even drink it. It does clear the throat, though, the rum. I'm feeling a little more cleared out. It does help. Okay, I promise. I know I'm like, I don't drink that much. I don't do this. And then every time I'm like drinking or doing something, I promise that's not my life. I'm just trying to talk to you guys about some of the things I find help me. So this is really cool. Check this out. The 5, F-I-V-E, 5, exactly like it sounds. These are the CBD plus THC gummies called Knockout. And I have actually let a couple people try these. Like take one. I'm like, just take a half of one. See how you feel. Every time also very positive results. So PJs from Soma. These are some of my old. I just really put these out here as a reminder for myself. I was talking about those the other day. They're the cool nights. So as much as it's important about a routine, it's also important how you feel when you get into your bed. So everything from your headboard to your pillows. I got some furry. I love a big thick comforter. I sleep really hot, so it's like definitely a give and take. You got to learn to love yourself. I want it to be 60 degrees with the biggest comforter on top of me where I feel so warm and cozy. However, then you have to get up in the morning and pee, and it's 60 degrees in your house, and there's no comforter that comes with you to the bathroom. So decisions. So what I've decided to do is keep my house a little more like 68 and then go with a medium comforter. Now, when I moved into my new house, I thought I'm finally going to have a white bed because I love white beds. I just think there's nothing more relaxing than a big, giant, comfy white bed. But I have a black dog. And I was like, I'm going to convince him not to get on my bed. And he had spent 7 years sleeping in my bed with me at night. I mean, he gets in my bed, but then eventually he gets off because I turn too much. He's like, meh, and then he gets off. He's done with me, which is good because then I can spread my legs out wider. So I'm always fine with it. But I was convinced it had this cute, I don't even know if you guys can see it. It's like a little square right here. It's like a cute little, can I do it? No, I don't want to risk you tearing the whole thing down. So then I went out and got me this nice little blanket that I put on top of my white comforter so that it stays white. And I was kind of silly for thinking I could stop him from getting in my bed. So get some really nice bedding, invest in sheets. These sheets came from Amazon. I will have to find them. They were like a very highly rated find. And they are actually super soft. And I remember reading, because when I got them, I was like, these don't feel that great. I hope I didn't just waste like $40-50 on some sheets, which actually isn't very much for sheets anyway. So, but the more I wash them, the softer they get. And I remember a review saying the same thing. And I was like, just hang in there, keep washing them. And sure enough, they are softer. And they're actually some of my softest sheets. So I'll see if I can find that information. And I guess you'll have to watch another follow-up video. So anyway, so I have on right now, these are the dark gray ones. I have a few different sheets, and I just find that's easiest because when it's time to change the sheets, I just take off the old ones, put on the clean new ones. I don't have to sit there and wash them and try to, go through all the stages of doing that. So that was pretty much what I wanted to accomplish here. I wanted to talk about my routine, all the things that I do, how I sleep, the best way to sleep. So I'm just going to walk you through a catch up, and I'm going to do one more little thing, and then I'm going to go because I'm going to try not to make this one an hour. But hey, if that's what happens, that's what happens. I got shit to say, right? Hey, if you're still watching me, you must be okay with it. So get in a routine. Wake up at a good time every day because then you'll be tired at a good time at night. Watch what you're eating, consuming, like at all, what you're watching, what you're eating, any consuming of anything. About 2 hours before you go to bed, you really need to stop everything. Just go to water. If you can cut off cellular devices, TVs, journal, sit by candlelight, anything like that that's going to help your natural circadian rhythm. Do whatever you need to do to fall asleep. Like I have to put on sitcoms sometimes, but I have noticed that lately I can turn the TV off and go to sleep within not too long. And I think that that's because I'm doing a lot of clearing up in here. So something to be said about, if you avoid what's going on up here during the day, don't expect you're going to be able to sleep at night. So you got to do some work up there, shadow work, therapy, whatever you want to call it. And that shit comes up at night. So deal with it during the daytime. So you have to deal with it in the middle of the night. Get into a routine. Get your humidifiers, get your comfy PJs, get your soft, silky sheets, do your crystals, light your candle, whatever you need to do to accomplish a good night's sleep, fucking do it, okay? Just do it. So I think that's pretty much it. I gave you a lot more information. So one of the things I want to do tonight before I actually go to bed is a face mask. So this is and let me just have one more sip just because my mouth is dry. Aceology. Probiotic restoring biodegradable mask. And then it says a different one. Nourishes, calms, and protects. So, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to speak when I have this on, which is why I wanted to save it to the end. And I hope I'm able to do my intro with the diffuser. Diffuser? No, humidifier. Ooh, she's juicy. Oh, I can feel it. Oh boy. They come in these. And like packets, and then you have to, and I'm like, guys, can I just, I can do this. I can do hard things. There we go. All right, I found you. I did not find you. That is not how I open you. If you guys know how to, let me know, okay? Help a sister out here, because I am on the struggle bus, and then everything's so like wet and slippery. Okay, there we go. All right. Which way is up? This way. These things always kind of freak me out. Oh, I know it's going to be cold. I can already tell it's going to be cold. I don't want to put it on because it's cold. And I'm in my nice warm bed and it's just like slightly chilly. Okay, we can do this. All right. Oh, it's cold. Oh. Okay, hold on. I got to get the top here. has decided to roll down. Alright, I'm glad I did this at the end of the video. Alright. Here we go. Here we go, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen. You know, earlier today I said something like, you go, girl. And then I was like, Amanda, what if you have guys that watch your video? I guess I wasn't expecting it. Unless, you know, they're also into same thing I am, which I guess was sexist of me. So I apologize for that because that was not right. And then I could definitely have some guys that want to watch my videos. And not in just a creepy way either. So for you guys out there, I apologize. You guys and gals, everybody is welcome here. You are all welcome here. There we go. Did I get it all? I don't know if I did. Oh, this one is not cute. You know, sometimes. What are the ones that you see online where they like actually are Disney characters and they put them on their face and they look nothing like the Disney characters? And this one's obviously just a plain one. I kind of look like Jason. I turned on the TV the other day and it was Halloween playing. So yeah, and I don't know why my nose isn't involved, but you know what? That's okay because that's where I tend to clog. So I'm gonna sit here and let this soak into my freshly washed face. I did put a little Aquaphor on before, like I said, so I don't know how much of this is actually gonna sink in, but I wanted to do it anyways. And when you have all this leftover, like, don't waste it, you guys. Like, that's some good shit right there, especially if you got a good mask. You know, get that all down in your décolletage. Enjoy it. It smells good. I can smell the lavender, the candle. I'm getting a little sleepy, guys. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed coming into my bedroom with me. I know I look crazy, and that's okay. That's the point. I love you. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for being my friend and my family, and I am excited for the next video. Okay, guys. I hope you have a good night's sleep. Bye. Love you.